Alrighty. See if I could pull up. I'm gonna go to try to get some videos. Or a picture nonetheless. This is a funny pic. This is funny. I'll leave it here for right now. Yeah, so as you probably can see from the title, I'm wanting to try to do my best at sharing some serious revelation that that the Father has given me, and hopefully this can be something that people would take into serious consideration. And what I mean by that is basically, to hear these words, and the things that I'm gonna say, and to make a call of action, because I'm not too sure if people are aware, what time we're living in, but judging from the things that I see and what I understand life to be is very much so pointing to the times of the end. I was born in 76. I would say in my uh, junior high school time, I was probably, this is maybe like 88, but I was introduced to a movie because I think in that time we, America, were in some sort of disagreement or uh, war, of words between was it America and Russia, right? So we had when I think in '88, not too sure exactly when Ronald Reagan became a president. Although I can't look it up, but I'm just gonna guess around that time, maybe '86 or something, where he had become president, and we were going into this. I believe they called it the I forget what it was, the the time of the nuclear age, and Russia had weapons, and just like what they had considered in Iran, or was it Afghanistan, with the whole thing with that. Well, during that time, it was really at its highest height, where we really felt it being possible that Russia and America was going into a nuclear war. So, like I was saying earlier, I was introduced to a movie called Threads. I'm not too sure if anyone's familiar with that movie, but if you aren't, it's probably the movie was done during the 80s. I think it was fairly new when I was shown it, but one thing I can say, it was like one of the biggest eye openers for me. Like, I can remember, like, because I think there was like we didn't see it all at once, so it was maybe different parts. So every day or every other day, I think it was like maybe almost once a week, if I'm not mistaken, we would see this movie. And I can say for for the most part, it really changed my perception on life and the possibilities of, death on a massive scale. Something that I never thought in my young years of living, that could actually, be possible. But yeah, Threads definitely was something that opened up my eyes, and I'm quite sure for anyone who watched that movie, if you were young, you probably still can remember that movie, and I think that's what really pushed me into wanting to, like, find out about God, because it was like, if that can happen and people can still survive, possibly survive, because it showed like people disintegrating in the movie as well. So it was like really graphic, but at the same time, it really was so necessary for me to see that movie. But I swear, like, it took me a while to want to watch it again, because I just, it really horrified my whole core. It was just like it shook me, and I could not get over it. Because it's like, after that, anytime I heard anything about, I actually start watching the news, and like I couldn't understand the language, but when it said anything about uh, war, nuclear war, and things like that, I paid attention. Yeah, I paid attention. So, and I'm gonna get into the reason why I post, the title and pretty much everything. I do intend to get into that. Um, what I'm really trying to focus on is just a walk through with me, if you will, of my younger years and what led me to where I'm at right now, and as far as making this um, something that people would at least try to understand. Um, so yeah, with that being said, guess I'll jump right into what I've noticed and what the Father has opened my mind to and revealing is that yes, we are at the end of days, sorry, and we um we're pretty much getting a lot of revelation as far as who we are as people, and what our true relationship with the Father is. And I've heard, so many things. I've been one person to listen to or sit at anyone's table and eat. And what I mean by that is basically, receiving their knowledge, their understanding about what they see the world as. And especially where, it concerns quote unquote black people. I've always wanted to understand, what was the reason for our condition, and why are we at this place, and almost to the point where, I believe what this American dream had pushed. I actually felt it was possible for me to take part in that, and be successful. That whole you can be anything you want to be, and all you have to do is work hard and try hard and keep at it attitude. Was something that I was fully immersed in, and I wanted all parts of it. But reality, started to kick in, and I started to realize that for all the things that I did want, it was something that seemed to be holding me back, and just either bad luck. I didn't really believe in bad luck, but I did believe that things were not working out in my favor. And imagine being like, was it, I say maybe 15, 16, and going out to, find work, filling out applications after applications, and then, having an interview, um, buying, clothes for the interview so you can get the job. And sometimes with that, it's a challenge, because it's almost like looking for a job is like a job, and you don't realize how competitive it is. And with that, it's just so humbling, because you put your best foot forward, and make yourself business prepared, or just being an able body, something that I had no problem with doing. I always did my best when it came to doing a job. So I knew, I qualified as far as being an able body, but what they wanted to do, figure out psychologically, was sometimes what was against me. So, like I said, you go on an interview and you sit down, but it's this psychological game that they're playing with your mind to make you say, answer questions that sometimes may be against what you as a person was brought up with. But nonetheless, you came to work. So what's all the psychology about? I'm actually here to do a good job and prove to you that I'm someone who you won't be disappointed with. But that's not good enough. They want more of you and less of, your ability. So, with that, it was just always a reality check. I felt that it was obviously, something that was always going to be against me, because I was an honest person. And if I had to tell it like it is, then I more likely wouldn't get the job, because, I'm going to speak and be honest. But then I realized that, this world is not about honesty. They're not about honesty. And you have to learn that with all the trying and the doing that you want to bring out into the world. It's not something that's going to be supported. So these are the things that made sense to me, and partially the reason why I know for sure that the Antichrist that we've been looking for and pretty much expecting would be someone who obviously also has a bad, what do you call it? He's been given a bad deal. And why I know that is because the Antichrist is the Son of God, something that is not very popular in a lot of the you know uh, circle of scholars and people who study the Bible, inwards and outward. Like, it's just something that I've come across to accept. And I know that it's going to be hard for a lot of people who probably can't see, but it's just that they cannot see the relationship. But I'm here to tell you that it's very obvious to me that the Antichrist that we've all been told is, nonetheless this, but the Son of God, who will be rejected by the people who are obviously, against the Son of, the God of the Bible. Why I know that to be true is because when you look at certain scriptures that show you about the things that this Son of God is going to do when he comes back in the earth, it definitely correlates with what the Son, what who they call the Antichrist will be doing as well. So, I always question, well, if we're supposedly waiting for the Messiah to come, then why is it that it seems like the Antichrist will be doing pretty much all, or if anything, uh, the same thing that the Messiah would be doing. And it just shows me, because see, the thing is, the Antichrist is going to be a stumbling block for a lot of people, and they're not going to understand these things because they were taught incorrectly about this Bible. And this Bible is a mystery, and it's only a few people who the Father has been choosing, or who has he has chosen, more so or less, to unlock these mysteries. And it's clear to me, that the Antichrist is definitely the Son of God, because when you look at the movie, I'm gonna just show you through some movies that I've picked up on, because I would say almost every movie that's been coming out for these past years, well, I can say throughout history, and as far as the movie industry, they've always showed us about um, the Son of Man and him coming and pretty much judging the world, because he's gonna be given that type of power. So, we see this in um, the movie Black Panther. The movie Black Panther shows you that as well. Let's see here if I can find Black Panther to show you guys, because I'm definitely on to something. I hope you're sticking around. Excuse the photos that I have here. I'm, someone who's how you say it, like, I'm a realist, so I don't really have any shame. I only say excuse me because of course photos can be very personal, and you know people can always use those as an example to judge people, but you know it's always the kettle calling the pot black, in my but wow, I should have these somewhere where they already, I do actually. Forgive me for that. Forgive me for that. I actually wasn't thinking. But I'm kind of shooting from the hip now anyway, so excuse me if it's a little choppy. But I just felt very, very led to do this video, and I've been feeling led to do this video, so bear with me as best as you can. So in this clip, you see T'Challa, he's sitting down on the throne, and you see Killmonger, and them pretty much, I guess, for the first time meet each other. Now, for a lot of people who understand, esoteric knowledge, or some people who are, privy to it, they show you in this movie that these are brothers, pretty much. So this would be Set would be Killmonger, and T'Challa would represent, um, I guess you can say, Horus, because T'Challa is the god. You know what I'm saying? He's the god in this movie, and nonetheless, he's the king as well. Now you look at his brother Set; he's the pretty much the other side of him. So they're at a duel, for the throne now. Because why? They're coming into another age, and Set is pretty much the fire. He's the one that will bring the fire into this next age. So he's gonna purify, right, the world with fire. See, so T'Challa is really just giving up his throne because this is what has to be done. But in the same sense, they are not wanting. I mean, well, they're not in agreement. Let's say that. So, excuse me. Let me get something to drink real quick. I'm gonna try to make this video not too long, but I do want to kind of break down this, because this is why I'm trying to show people that the Antichrist will be looked at as the Antichrist. Why? Because of the fact that he is. Actually, I have a better clip of this. Show you a better clip, because this also shows you. Thinking it should be in here. Oh gosh, I can't put myself sometimes. Oh boy. Okay. Maybe I can't find it right now. But there's a fighting scene, right? Everybody should have seen that movie. I'm quite sure everybody knows that movie. So the fighting scene where they're this may be it right.
Centuries from now.
This may be it. Okay, so this fighting scene pretty much where they're fighting for the throne. They're fighting for the throne. So we know right now, again, Killmonger represents Set. So Set is coming to take his throne back from his brother. Why? Because this world needs to be humbled. And the Son of God he's going to be given that power, right, to take back the throne from out of his oppressor's hand. So take back the power from his oppressor. And we all know that the Son of God is a so-called black man, right? We've been told throughout the years that he was a Caucasian man of Caucasian descent. Some people say other, they call the so-called white man everything. We don't know what the so-called white man is anymore, when we are really still trying to find out who we truly are. But one thing I realized is that the Son of God is in the earth, and this is one of the things that we've been misled by. He is in the earth. Okay, you notice in this movie, he doesn't come, Killmonger doesn't come from no goddamn stars or whatever the hell. I mean, his father did, but Killmonger was born in America. Mind you, when they showed you when he was a young kid, his father was living in New York. So they know where the Son of God is going to be born at. Okay? They know that the Son of God is from Brooklyn. and they know he's from, he was raised in the ghetto, because you see in the movie he was raised in the hoods of New York. Let's show you him during his younger age of being in New York, raised in the hood after his father left him. We're gonna show you that, because they didn't show you that in the movie. They didn't show you that, but they are gonna explain it to you through other mediums, because these characters are pretty much caricatures of who the Son of God is. They all have a certain movie line that they go, a script that they go, and it's all connected. People don't understand that, but I've seen people break it down before, how other movies and sometimes movies that these celebrities play are all in some ways connected. Okay, so how are we going to prove that he was raised in New York, or as a child he pretty much fell off and started taking up, selling drugs? We're going to find out. We're going to show Killmonger's younger years.
Your wallet. The way Ronnie Mo set it up? Yeah. Man, this is fucked up. Look, you can't serve your customers straight up after taking their money. Somebody snapping pictures, they got the whole damn thing. See what I'm saying? Yeah. You get paid. You send their ass off around the building, yo. Then you serve. All right? And we gotta start tightening up, man. No more shortcuts. She count. 1 to 7.
So he said you got he asked him his count. He said 27. Let's go back.
She count.
Now he said you're up to 27, right? So you check it out. 2, 7. That's 9. Killmonger is the 9. He represents the number 9. Pay attention. I'm going to explain this. I'm going to show you why Killmonger represents the number 9. But I'm going to show you.
1 to 7. You want to count it? I mean, I don't know how y'all do shit up in the towers, but down here, you want to count it. Oh, shit. Hey, yo, ho, ho, ho. Y'all niggas been burnt. Huh? Huh? That's what you got to say? Huh? This look like money, motherfucker? Money be green. Money feel like money. That shit look green to you? Got a dead fucking president on it. I don't give a fuck about the president. That shit ain't money. He ain't no president. What you mean? Hamilton? He ain't no president. Niggas, you crazy? Ain't no ugly ass white man get his face on no legal motherfucking tender step he president. If this shit happen again, you off the money. You hear me? You ain't even gonna be serving no more. Your ass be out on the bottom end of Vine Street sucking on a 40 yelling 5-0. You hear me?
This is what he said, man. This is what he said. Sucking on a 40, yelling 5-0. 5-9. 5-4 is 9. This is what I'm trying to tell y'all. Y'all gotta understand, these things don't just happen because, these directors or whoever, they are always, putting codes in movies for people to pick up on, whether they know it or not. I'll say that. But in a lot of ways, sometimes I'm kind of geared to believe that they do. But okay, we're gonna finish this.
5-0. You hear me? Get the fuck out of here. That it? Yeah, 2 and 2. Hold up. What? See, just 2 and 2. Come on.
So okay, he said 2 and 2. 22. 11-11. Okay. Killmonger represents the 9 and the 11. Okay, the 11 meaning duality. Okay, 11 meaning duality. So Killmonger is going to be raised up to power, but he has to go through the trials of life. He have to be brought through the trials of life. So basically, the trials of life is being raised in hell. And where is hell? Hell is a condition. Okay, hell is a condition. So we all know that heaven for some people is also a condition. Some people living their best lives. They're in a sense of heaven, in a place of heaven when they feel there's no problems in the world. They are not stressed. They're overcomers over their situations. People always praise them, look up to them, give them all the support that they need. They're in heaven. I mean, I look at my social, down my timeline, and this is all I see is especially women who are so much pushing this whole, living my best life thing. I know some men say it just as much, but women are to me the more comfortable when it comes to things in this world. And how we know that is just pretty much, look at the way they dress. But let's finish this clip here. I mean, I'm sorry not to veer off, but we're gonna finish this.
Man, I ain't got time for this. I gave you 20, man. You gave me 20? 20, one of the short three. So you get 7. Hold up. 7.
He said 2, 7. You know what I mean? Like I said, 2 and 7 is 9. They're gonna show you this, and it's definitely a fact. See, now you see he can't do even what he needs to do in order to survive in this world. They give how they say, I gave you one job and you just couldn't do it. So he's always being turned, away from trying, even though he wants to. He's not like he doesn't want to do the right thing. It's just that he's not, he doesn't have that blessing. He can't come up in this society. He has to suffer.
Come on, man. Calm down. Well, how much? Hold up, man. Hold up. You're fucking me up. Chill out. Come on, now. Hold up. All right, you drop the shit already? Hold up. I got all day. Come on, man. It's easy. Just give me mine, man. What the fuck is you doing? What? Look at this shit. Look, nigga. Look. That's the motherfucker right there. Who? The white boy right there. Hey, yo, Pooh.
Okay. So with that, you see that he pretty much, like I said, he has to suffer. Things have to go wrong. They have to fail. What's the other movie when he got older? Because see, they didn't tell us what Killmonger or what made Killmonger. But I'm gonna show you what made Killmonger. So now you see Killmonger, is going through his trial. Being young, more likely brought up, raised in the ghettos of America. He gets older, and he becomes also this guy. Let's see. Who is it? How you spell? Oops. Okay. Wait a minute. Okay, I'm sorry. It's all I was Fruitville Station. Okay, I'm sorry. Fruitville Station. Okay, we're gonna show you what happens to Killmonger when he gets older. What turned him into? Oh, so this was it. Okay. What turned him into Killmonger? Because they don't tell you this.
Shots fired at Fruitvale.
We're just trying to get home.
What is going on?
Next stop, Fruitvale Station.
You're gonna go to Frisco, right? See the fireworks?
Yeah? You ain't gonna say bye?
Bye.
Love you too.
Everything's changing around me, and I wanna change.
I'm sorry. I didn't. I just realized what they showed you right here. Okay, so it's Fruitville, and you have 3 and 4, which would be 7. That's another spiritual number that represents the Son of God. Okay, but I'm gonna break down things a little bit more. I'm gonna try to make this video not too long, but I just want to break down this revelation as best as I can.
You're gonna go to Frisco, right? See the fireworks?
Yeah? You ain't gonna say bye?
Bye.
Love you too.
Everything's changing around me, and I wanna change.
Hey, what's up, girl?
It's now or never.
I'm trying to get back on my feet. I really need this job.
I hired somebody else.
I feel different today.
What'd you do?
He hired someone else. See, you see what I'm saying? Going through life, having to be turned away when you're trying to do what's best for your family. You know, going through hell, and then having the inevitable happen.
Today.
I don't know what else to say.
I can start over fresh, but
I mean, you know, picking up, selling drugs. You know, these are the things that comes into play when we are pretty much going through our life as men. You know, especially quote unquote black men. You know, these are the things that we have to endure. But for some reason, we would try to convince ourselves that the Messiah is somewhere in the heavens, some cosmic force or whatever, just, you know, seeing everything, but in, you know, heaven, when it would make more sense that he was living in hell and came out of his condition and was raised up like the phoenix. Okay? More reason why the Joker is coming out. And what is the name of the actor? I'm sorry, the actor in the Joker. Do your research. I'm gonna get real deep. Trust me. God is giving me the understanding of everything for this generation, and I need my people to understand that and truly hear me, because I know they give you, they gave you Nipsey Hussle. I know they gave you Jay-Z. I know they gave you a lot of these artists, Biggie Smalls, you know, but they didn't give you me. They didn't give you me. See, the Father gave you me, but the Messiah is to be rejected. He's to be rejected. I mean, and it's no wonder why. I mean, look at all of these celebrities that are playing his role.
working out.
It's now or never.
I'm scared. I hear guns.
Those just firecrackers. You're safe inside.
What about you, Daddy?
We'll be back before you wake up. I'm gonna be fine.
You
guys got plans for the night?
I meet up with the fellas, head out to the city.
Why don't you take the train out there? That way you guys can hang out and not have to worry about anything.
Hey, Oscar.
How are you?
I'm good. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Oscar from Pharmacia?
And then somehow he gets into a fight with just so happens to be, so-called white man. I didn't, it's funny, I'm not gonna even act like I've seen this movie. So, there's a lot of things that I may not know about the movie, but one thing is that I see the pattern and I see the correlation of the movies that pretty much fit like a puzzle if you really can see that with the spiritual eye.
Get off the train now! Put that phone away.
What you got? Are you still on the train?
I'm gonna just assume, even though he's not or wasn't the one who started it, he is, looked at as the more aggressor, because, you have to understand that even when we're innocent, we still look aggressive to the so-called white man, and he can't get over the fact that that he has a fear for us, but he has to prove to himself that he doesn't. He has to prove to himself, and the only way he can do that is when he has a gun. See, if it was hand-to-hand combat, he would have to prove himself another way. But being that he's a cop, he's an authority, yeah, he's gonna show us his authority through his weapons. Something that has been a part of, their history pretty much throughout the entire known world. And we're gonna prove that.
Go ahead, prove it.
Why can't you tell me what is going on? What is the problem? What did you do? Oh my God.
Good, I'm good. We're gonna be good.
It's now or never.
Okay, so we do know what took place after that, and one thing I can say is that a lot of these movies, and sometimes even some of these are scripted into even just the throughout the fabric of America, where these things take place, and it seems to me like they're what they call what do you call it, psyops, psyopses, and ways to bring about something, what we're seeing pretty much now. And the reason why I know this is the end of days, and okay, so now we've seen that he was shot, killed, right? But let's just say, in a turn of events, he survived that. He was shot and almost killed, but he survived. He turns around, his life, and he gets better, of course, and he goes into the military. And throughout, all his life and all of the anger that he's been bottled up with, knowing all of these things has happened, and he probably expresses it through other ways, because sometimes, what other ways can we bring out our frustration in this world? Like, they don't give us anything to take out our frustration, and even if it is for a little while, you have to pay for that. You don't get that for free. So some of us are walking around and we are sick. Our bodies are damn near, at its wit's end, and they're still trying to convince us to do all we can to get the prize. That sounds just like Hunger Games. What's the movie? where they were maze. Wasn't that like a game? Yeah, where they had to, go through all of these different trials in order to be able to get something, or be raised up. So, I mean, it's no wonder why we are told, the race is not for the swift, but the ones who can endure. Okay, so again, Killmonger is not dead. He actually just was into another form, which we they call Killmonger. He wasn't killed; he was just transformed.
I'm your king.
See? So mind you, after he kills his brother Horus, now he is raised up to be the king, and this is what he's thinking. This is his mind. It's military. Okay, it's military. The Antichrist. Okay, the opposite of what people are expecting. Okay.
We have to go now. Queen Mother, let's go.
Right. See? So yeah, they gave him reverence because they knew that, at the end of the day, that's what it's about. Now, of course, he's gonna have some drawback, and it was the women who drew back from him, because a lot of them know when the Son of God comes, they're gonna be taken out of their power as well, because they also share the same power with the so-called white man, and it's very obvious. Okay, they are living their best lives, and they're unbothered. I mean, it's funny how many women are convinced men that they are afraid of them, and we can't be trusted. But when you look at the way they dress, that doesn't look like someone who fears men at all. It seems like you're just playing a game, a mind game. Let's prove that. I'm gonna prove that, and then I'm gonna leave this alone, because I don't want to be up here all day, all morning. It's like 4 in the morning, and I'm up. But I'm up for a reason. So.
Hold on, I'm about to record you because if something happened to me, they gonna have you on camera.
That's right.
Somebody come get their family member.
That's right.
Following me.
That's right.
Yep. Bye.
So now look, I'm gonna check. I'm gonna break this down because she is obviously an attractive female, and I can't see her body, but judging from what I can see, and the fact that homie is following her and on her the way he is, I'm gonna think that he's not all too, like, how you say it, like, out of his mind. I'm gonna think that he's not all too out of his mind, but that he's really trying to show her a lesson, or well, teach her a lesson. But she's not picking up on it because he's a real man, and these men who think that, oh, women have the rights to dress the way they want to dress and still be treated like women are out of their minds. Okay? So I have to show you that. I mean, tell you that first, because I think a lot of people have this misnomer that women are good because they say they are, and because silly ass people think that they are. Oh, because she's successful, because she has her own business, because she graduated college, and honors and all these different things that this was makes her a good person, but you look at her Instagram and she's twerking in her panties. And then she wears stuff like this that gets all this attention, but then hate when men follow her. That's confusing to me. Because the last time I checked, women who dress like that are called whores and sluts, and they sell pussy. So a real nigga pull up on you and he trying to, convince you to be down with him. What's wrong with that? You dress the part though. Y'all bitches be playing, man.
You're not getting in my car. You tripping. You tripping. Nope. You're not getting in my car.
Wait.
I unlocked my door, but you rushed to my passenger. You're not getting in my car. Sorry.
Put camera first.
Yep, you are on camera.
Hey, look. She can't trust the most
No.
trustworthy nigga. She
I already told you I'm not single, so I don't know why you following me.
I'm a look.
She said that she not single. So where your man at then? You dress like you trying to sell some pussy out here, showing all that ass and them titties, and then you got a man? Get the hell out of here. Where he at? He ain't nowhere to be found. Then that nigga don't care about you. Because if I'm going to be allowing my woman to walk out and dress that way, I'm going to protect her. Because that's what it's about. But a lot of these niggas is foolish, yo. Because a lot of these niggas can't tell their women not to wear what they wearing. And they front. See? You see? Like I said, I got the sword. And I'm wielding that mother effer. So y'all gonna understand when a God speaks. Y'all gonna understand when a God speaks. Because she's out of line. And that's judgment to her. She lucky that her ass was in the daylight where people could see her. Because if this was at night where a lot of these women still are brave enough to wear whatever the hell they be wearing, and when niggas pull up, all of a sudden it's a problem. See, but when this world is humbled, I can guarantee you a female like her is going to be fooled, yo. Because she going to get her worst nightmare. And that's to be on these strip selling pussy for a real ass nigga. Dumbass bitches.
One. Look like you need to make some money off of me. No, it's not.
See? You look like you need to make some money off of me. She talking crazy. You feel me? And that's what niggas is really on. Yeah, niggas want to make some money off of you. How you on that strip? Because since you want to dress like a whore and be a whore, but nobody can't tell you are, the Father is going to make you exactly what you think you supposed to be. I mean, what you're thinking that you're not, which is crazy to me. But I can't believe this, man. Like, the Father showed me this, and like, everything I'm saying is right there at the tip of my fingers. This is how I don't understand why people say that they don't know these things when you got all this information. But like I said, I didn't want to go too long. I just wanted to pull that up. And I gave you a little bonus at the end. I was just supposed to be talking about the Antichrist. But hey, I would even go as far as to say, anybody want to challenge my reasoning, be my guest. I mean, I want someone to challenge it because there's, again, no way that they can. The Father has given me, the knowledge of all the things that I need to know about this wicked and degenerate generation that we have. Because this is what it's about. It's about cleaning up this flipping world. And, cleaning up the mess that these Gentiles left. So the Son of Man is hiring. He's looking for some people that's willing to serve him. So that's a part of his campaign. Okay? He's pushing a campaign because, again, he knows that his time is coming. But anyway, I'm not gonna go any further. Hopefully, this was something that you can be blessed by, and hopefully, even if you are up to it, share and or even subscribe to the channel. Let's communicate. Let's talk. Um, let's get some understanding. This is Rondell, and I'm signing out. Peace.